bun down is the sound. You know how we do. This is, of course, the Lounge Presents live streaming on Twitch. And today in the lounge space, y'all, for the first time, we have Cookie all
Hello.
up in the lounge space. Say what?
What?
You know. What's good, y'all?
I'm good. I'm good. It's a little gloomy outside, but spirit's feeling good. So, hey,
Yeah,
can't
you
complain.
definitely get to Rick Ross on that gloomy outside
Yeah,
right now. You know?
yeah.
But we it could, we live in Winnipeg, so it could be worse.
That's true. No, that's what I'm saying. I can't complain. It's nothing I haven't seen before. But
Like that. Like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
So, Cookie, we always
yes.
ask everyone that steps through the lounge space doors this question. How are you introduced to dance?
How was I introduced to dance?
Yeah.
Well, I've been dancing since I was like you, like elementary school. Um,
Nice.
yeah, like I remember I always used to go for like competitions or like every party, like I'm just like the like in the corner, like doing my
Yeah,
own
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So I've always danced, even through high school. I always back then I think in high school I did more like hip hop style dancing.
Yeah.
um and so it's always been in me. So when I moved to Canada, it's there was always just that's because I kind of stopped dancing for a while, but like I said, it's a part of me, right? So there was always
Yeah.
that thing that was like trying to get me back in there.
Yeah,
And
yeah. Yeah.
uh around like I think the like 2019, right before the pandemic, I was like, hey, like there's a mad dance scene in Winnipeg.
Mm.
I think I kind of want to get back in there. I
Mm.
started taking classes, doing all these different things. And then I went for an audition with Boss Academy, Boss.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to Boss,
Shout out
Dano.
to Boss.
Salute Brett.
Um,
Salute Jimmy.
yes,
All Boss
Genie,
them.
yes.
Oh,
So I
yes.
joined them and then I was with them for a little bit, doing performances, training, stuff like that. And that was really sweet. And I was like, um, yeah, and then the opportunity came for me to go and teach at graffiti arts programming studio 393. Shout out to studio 393.
Nice. Yes.
And yeah, and at the time I had wanted to sort of start like exploring other aspects of like my like dance identity. So
Yeah.
I sort of like branched out and took that leap, and I started doing that over studio 393. And along the way I discovered that there was this it wasn't a need, but the participants that came to my classes wanted me to do more Afro dance. And prior
Hey.
to that, like I said, I was doing hip hop. Like the
Mhm.
Afro dance wasn't me because I lived in Nigeria for most of my life, right?
Yeah, so I would think it is in you.
I was born in Nigeria. I lived in Nigeria, and
Yes.
so then I started to explore that for myself and also for the students that were coming to class, and
Right.
that's sort of where how it evolved to where I am now. And when I started to discover that part of my identity, I really fell in love with like not the style of dance and uh, the culture and like just like everything that had to do with Afro dance. And so I started along the journey of trying to like share that with other people in my community,
Yeah.
and that's kind of where I am right now, is just sharing, this really cool style of dance that I have also discovered and come to love. And yeah, that's where we're at right now, is trying to, push the movement forward and get people. And also I'm sure you've seen on the internet, right? Like, not only am a piano, which I see Uza is playing, but
Yeah, yeah, we kind of love it over here. Yep.
yes, yes, that's what I'm talking about. So it's the Afro dance movement is really going far, right? A lot
Mhm.
of people are more into it, and so I kind of just wanted to be able to bring that to my city
Hell yeah.
and vibe with people here. Yeah.
Which is one of the reasons why we had you on, because as I mentioned to you when we were offline,
Mm,
we took notice,
mhm,
obviously, right?
yeah,
We took notice, and we knew it was due time,
mhm,
and it obviously came at a perfect time
yeah,
because I think it would be completely like insane to think that Afro beats would not have hit anyway. It's just the pandemic helped it along. But I'm sorry. The
crazy.
movement was too strong
That
and was too real. It was inevitable, yo.
it was inevitable.
Come on.
It was
Come
about
on.
time.
It was inevitable. You know this.
Yeah. It was about time. It was
The pandemic just helped it along.
yes,
It
yes,
just sped it up,
yes,
a little bit. But it
yes,
was inevitable. It was
yes,
inevitable. So
yes,
yeah, I mean, I think it was obvious. I think you noticed it as well. Over the pandemic, we saw basically the you could call it the
mm,
pop explosion of Afrobeat music.
yeah,
Let me qualify Afrobeats,
mm,
which is what we're referring to a series of different genres based out of the continent, not necessarily Afrobeat as first originated by Fela Kuti,
yes, yes,
right? There's a distinction there.
yes. There's a
So
distinction.
I just want to make sure everyone understands that
Good job.
because I know people get it twisted all day.
Yes, yes.
But
Fact. Good, good.
that's why we're here. That's why
Yes,
we're here, Cookie. We're here to let people know what's up.
yes.
Yes.
Absolutely right. Good on you.
And the pop explosion of Afrobeats is so once you see the American R&B artists hopping on remixes, that's when
Mm-hmm.
you know, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm saying.
it's it's a natural part of the evolution of music. So sometimes we're guilty of gatekeeping the music. I'm very guilty of that. I'll be the first one to tell you. Very guilty sometimes of gatekeeping the music because we like to keep it ourselves. We like to keep it to ourselves, like it's only for us.
Yes.
We're guilty of that. But the truth is, it's supposed to happen like that.
Yeah.
People are supposed to. Chris Brown is supposed to drop,
Yes.
a
Music
joint that's
has
got
to be
something.
shared.
Rihanna's supposed to do some Afrobeat ting
Yeah.
because it's supposed to be shared.
Yes.
We
Absolutely.
can't keep it to ourselves no
No,
matter how much we want to.
no, and I don't even
It's
think that we
supposed to be
should
shared.
because we're creating those relationships when we're
Yes.
collaborating. So,
Yes.
you know,
Music binds. Always
yes,
did. You know that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And look at the sick beats and like sick
Mm.
songs that we're getting just from
Mm.
collaborations. So like
I'll tell you right now, trying to keep up with Afro beats is like trying to keep up with dance hall because
yeah.
rhythms drop daily.
Yes, daily. Rhythms drop, steps drop
You're
daily.
like, okay, it's like it's a
Like I
job
just went to
just to
bed
do
and
it.
I like now there's like 7 new dance moves and 7 new
Yes.
moves to go along with it.
and
Yeah.
and the reason for that is because the way the music industry in Africa, well, not as in the music industries that are supporting a lot of the popular music that you're hearing, a lot of it is coming out of Nigeria.
Yes.
It's so let's qualify that. A lot of it is coming out of Nigeria.
Yeah.
Afro beats is very much being associated with Nigeria, even though a lot of the music is influenced from subgenres around the continent.
Yes.
There's really a lot of fusion.
Yes. There's a lot of fusion in the Afrobeats music. Yeah. We
Yeah.
we
So
borrow for like again, like you said, shared in collaboration. We borrow
yes,
from places. We take stuff and we infuse it into our own style of music. And yeah, absolutely.
exactly, which is part of the human evolution, y'all.
Yes.
And what a wonderful evolution it is. Oh my God. Cookie, I can't even begin to tell you. Well, I think I can.
What's your favorite Afrobeat song right now? I
Oh,
mean,
there's too many. No,
I
like for real, there's too many.
yeah, it's
But
tough.
right now, what's still holding tough for me is Peacock Revisited by Uncle Waffles. Because
Oh, okay.
okay,
It's
okay,
still for me.
it's still running for me. But I think my right now still there is yet to be a joint
Mm.
that hit me the way Mr. Jazzy Q was
Mm.
when that I'm sorry, that was the song that made me fall in love with Amapiano.
Yes. For me, Amapiano. What song made me fall in love with Amapiano? For me, it was what's this Costa Titch's song?
Oh, Superstar.
No.
Big Flexa.
Yeah.
Hey!
It's like that. Thank
Yo,
you.
Rest in power, Constitution.
And
That was sad.
Hmm?
Some wild shit that happened.
Yeah, I was very sad. I was very, very sad.
And the thing about that is that's not even known on a wider scale. You know what I'm saying? Like if you
Yeah. If
we
it's
can
like
have that we can have that conversation, but if
yeah,
you know about Constitution, huh?
yeah, who's that? Who's that?
Right? But that was
Yeah,
crazy.
it was crazy.
And was there ever like a verdict about what happened? Because it
I
was so
don't.
mysterious.
Yes, it was very, very mysterious. I've
Like he
heard
was
like
young.
he was young. He was
Yeah.
young. He was. I don't think he was even up to 30. He was.
No, he was
20.
definitely still in his 20s.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of conspiracy, so I don't want to speak on
Ah, well,
it.
we won't touch those.
Yeah, I don't want to, but yeah,
But
very,
rest in power to Kostatich, because in the time that he was here, he blessed us with some
hey,
dope
I'm
joints.
saying,
So he
I'm
really actually lives
saying,
forever.
yes,
You know?
yeah.
In terms of Afro beats, I think the joint that did it for me, and see, here's an example. It was definitely a pop joint. Stonebwoy and Carrie Hilton nominate.
Okay.
When I first heard that, I went, "Hold up, that's Carrie Hilton, but who the fuck is he? Who's on the track with Carrie Wills? You know what I'm saying? Like, who is it?"
Yeah. No,
Next thing you know, I'm like, all it took was Stonebwoy, and then Stonebwoy was the gate that opened the door,
yeah.
like
It
literally
all it
opened.
takes is that one song, and you're like, okay, what
Yep.
is this? Hold on a minute.
Most step, most step,
Yes.
most step.
Yes.
Now, when you're coming up, um, a lot of families, especially families that come from other places, tropical places, islandy places, places with culture. I'm just kidding. I'm not here to. I'm not saying we're doing it with culture.
It was
I'm
just
just saying.
funny. No. Just keep going.
We tend to have very strong cultural influences. Did you ever do any traditional African dance when you were younger?
Yeah, I
Ah,
did.
okay.
Oh my god, what was it called? Oh my goodness. I don't remember off the top of my head right now. But yeah, like in high school, like I did
Yeah,
like we did traditional dances. I did like choir dances,
yeah.
like yeah.
There you go.
It's almost a rite of passage if you are
Right? Like because of 6 degrees of separation, you're not going to go far to find someone that's learning it.
yes.
And eventually, you're just like, well, why don't I learn it?
Yeah.
I mean, why not, right?
Yeah.
I remember when I first tried traditional Filipino dance. It was junior high, and I'm a breaker going into this. Like, well, this is different, but I can see how I can make this work for me. You know
Mm,
what I mean?
yeah.
So tried it. I'm like, okay, this is actually okay. This is it's different, but you can still feel the soul of it. So I can get down with this,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So were the parents pushing you to dance? Because some parents, they're like, you're going to once you're X amount of age, you're going to do that. Or was it something? Come on, let's be real now.
I was just gonna say, no facts. Like when like my parents dance was never on the radar for me.
Right.
Like, my parents
Yeah.
are like, you're going to university, you're doing this, you're doing this, you're doing that. The
Yeah.
dancing was just because I couldn't sit still, and if there's
Right.
music, like I'm
Yeah.
dancing. So they
Yeah.
knew
Yeah.
that was there.
Yeah.
But it wasn't going to be anything like um professional
Right.
wise.
Right.
Um, and I think right now I don't even know if they've come to terms with the fact that this is an actual profession, but they're supportive. That's the most important part. But like many non, um, you know, Western, I would say families, they you
Yes.
want your kids to do a profession, a vocation, right?
Yes.
It's,
Yes.
it's gonna make money. But no, they've been very supportive of the choices that I've made, and I'm grateful for that.
Nice.
Yeah, I feel partly that they knew it was inevitable because like I said, like I was always moving, right? So there's
There you
that
go.
Yeah,
There you go.
that part was always there. It was always going to come out somehow.
Okay, I'll be straight up with you. I think they knew.
Yeah.
Not for real, not for real. I think they knew because I mean, as a parent, when our son first started shooting little vlogs with his phone, with his smartphone, he just started shooting vlogs. We're like, oh, isn't that cute? Look at him shooting his little vlogs, right?
Yeah.
But you like, and he started like young. I think when he was 10 or something like that. You could see that these weren't just, you know what I mean? Like what some you're like, wait a minute, there's
There's
something
something here.
on here. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, we just kind of watched and waited and we occasionally see what's going on. And lo and behold, guess who's in film now?
Yeah.
Trust me, your parents saw it.
Yeah. Like
They did.
I feel like those little signs from when you're a kid,
Yes.
like that's the thing,
Yep. Yep. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So when you first started exploring the idea of teaching, because that's a whole nother beast,
Yes, that's a whole nother
right? It's a
yes.
whole nother beast. You have to be willing to put yourself out there like that, right? And I mean, not everyone is an extrovert.
Yes.
Sometimes, if you're an introvert, you have to. I guess one way of putting it is to build the processes to help you stand there and do what's got to be done, right? So when it came to the idea of teaching, was that something that was easy for you, or was it a matter of, okay, we got to build up the processes?
Yes, we got to build the process.
Okay.
It was not imposter syndrome, insecurities, doubts. Can I do this? Do I want to do this? Like, should I do this? But like you said, right? Like, just first of all, taking that leap of faith to be like, all right, this is, because like I said, like I always wanted to, and I knew that I I could, somewhere deep down I knew I could do it. I just, I don't know, needed that push, I guess.
Right.
But along the way it was sort of just like taking what is the word that I'm looking for? Yeah, taking a chance, trusting the process, trusting the goal, the vision, and being accountable to myself in the things that I'm trying to share as well. And yeah, eventually, and I guess also getting feedback from the classes that I was having, just being like, hey, is this actually how I'm teaching you? Is this actually working for you? And also trying to understand how people understand movement as well.
Yes.
So the more
Yes.
that I did that, I was also learning, right? And that helped me sort of get a little bit more confident as it went on in my teaching skills and all that. But no, it was not easy for me. I think my first two classes I had like well, not an anxiety attack, but like it was
snap.
Yeah, because like
Yo.
I went from training to like, okay, now I'm gonna be teaching, and it's like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Insane. Yeah, but it definitely gets a little easier every day, and every the more that you train, the more that you practice, the more that you engage with people, and like I said, understand how they move and help them understand how they move. Patience, just which
that word is clutch.
which is not my strongest suit, but I have to learn, because everybody moves differently. And
Yes. Cookie, I will be so straight up with you right now. Full disclosure. I could teach a class of 50 easy, okay? I just don't want to.
Yeah, no.
People have asked me, like, so many, like, why don't you? No, I just don't want to. I've had to do it before, and I had chosen very specific instances where I was willing to do it, and literally it was you were they were very, very close family. And had it not been for that fact, I would have said
No.
no. Because it's not that, okay, for me, probably there might be a patience thing, I'll be honest. It's not that I don't know how to teach either. I know how to break down, I can break down movement to the most infinite,
Yeah.
like millisecond,
Yeah.
no problem.
Yeah.
I just don't know if the patience.
It's hard. It's
Especially a large, like, man, even a group
Yes.
of 10.
Yes.
10 personalities you got to
Yes.
deal with.
It is hard. It is hard. But I think just the passion just to share and
Yeah.
encourage people to one like this music and this style of dance
Yeah, definitely.
is, I think that's also what's helping me to just, you know, relax. Not everybody has been introduced to Afrobeats. Not everybody knows
Hmm.
this style
Hmm.
of dance, style
Yep.
of music.
Yep.
It takes a little getting used to. So it's also understanding that, and again, try to find the patience because you need
Oh,
that.
yeah.
You can't not have, you know, some level of patience to introduce something new to people.
And you also have to take into consideration, if you were to take even just a group of 10, let's say, for example,
Yeah.
you're breaking up that group of 10 into levels
Yes.
immediately. Usually after a couple of classes, you already
Yes.
know you've broken up the class into levels.
Yeah.
But then you're trying to teach these moves without letting anyone know that you've broken them up into levels.
Yes.
Oh shit, I guess I shouldn't have said that. I just let out the secret. Yeah, no, not that at all. So anyway, as you know, you see them in levels, but they don't know that you see them in levels. And you have to find a way to teach them so that they can't tell that you're teaching them differently.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And a lot of the times it does come down to actually knowing your student.
Yes.
Like actually knowing them. They're not just someone who paid for the class kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like actually knowing them. I found on those very, very limited instances where I decided to do it, that knowing them made a difference. Because you understand how their personality works.
Yeah.
You're able to work with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's someone you don't know very well, then you have to keep it more basic and more general, and essentially just break down those steps to right down to like the millisecond.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
But I know you know that. I'll tell you though, the fact that this workshop is happening is so clutch. It's no secret that Afrobeats is here to stay. And it's come on, it's still an infant.
Yeah.
Yes. I remember when hip hop was just an infant, and now we're celebrating it 50 years later.
Hey.
Okay. So let me just be clear about the fact that Afrobeats is still in its infancy, in its current form. It's still in its infancy. The sky is literally the limit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So this isn't going anywhere. So y'all need to get with it now.
Now what we're vibing. Yes, you understand, we're vibing. You can keep up.
You gotta keep up. I think one thing you must love is that connection that you make with a student, though. When you've seen the light bulb go off in their head, what matches that feeling?
Oh my goodness.
What matches that feeling?
That is a tough question. It's like,
I mean, you're obviously filled with immense pride.
Yes. Right?
Yes, that's a given.
Yes.
But it also goes back to, as we alluded to earlier, communication.
Yeah.
Y'all communicated in ways that were unsaid. Like, how the fuck can you fuck with that? Like, that is a greater something. Right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. Like, it's facts. It's facts. Like watching and it happens like very often, like watching someone like try to like understand
Yeah.
something,
Yeah.
and like watching them, and then they do it a couple of times and then they get it.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then, oh yeah,
Yep.
no, it's
And do you I mean, I'm sure, I'm almost positive that when you see that epiphany go off, you're the loudest person in the room.
yes, no.
Hell yes. Right?
Come on, I'm like, yes,
Yep.
let's go. Like it just because one on the one hand, it's awesome for them
Yeah.
because they understand.
Yeah.
On the other hand, it's awesome for the class because now we're all in sync.
Yes.
So it's amazing. It's amazing. And then it motivates you to just like let's keep going.
Yes.
Let's keep
Exactly.
going.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we cannot, we really cannot ignore the fact that if you do this regularly
Mm.
and incorporate it into a lifestyle of active living,
Mm-hmm.
you are prolonging your life, y'all.
Yes. That's another thing that I try to encourage. Like, the whole concept of movement is to move your joints, move your body, no
Yep.
matter what that looks like. Being active, an active
Hmm.
lifestyle is one of the key elements of prolonging your life. Get
Yep.
your heart rate going, right? No matter what that looks like. But yeah, just do the thing. Do the
For
thing,
real.
right? Like, because I'm a very active person. Besides like dance, like I'm always walking somewhere, I'm riding
Yeah.
my
Yeah. Yeah.
bicycle, but dance is just more fun to do.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
It's a great, like you said, it's a great way to incorporate it as a lifestyle, right?
Yo, can I ask you something like completely frank? Because I'm gonna ask you something to see if I'm like the only one that does this.
Yeah.
Because full disclosure, if I have AirPods on and let's say uh, Uncle Waffles Peacock Revisited came on, fuck that. I am moving. I don't care where I
I
am.
don't care where I am.
I've done it at the bank.
See, like greatest image of me dancing somewhere. I don't know. It's gonna be insane because I'm out here at the grocery store dancing
Yes.
groceries. Okay, I don't give a fuck.
Because you
Nah.
have to have the AirPods on when you're grocery
Yes.
shopping.
Yes.
Oh
Who am
man,
I?
I'm
Like, who am
sorry.
I
I have
talking to when
stopped. I've stopped, gone around like an end cap, just let it out.
Oh my
You
goodness!
can't help it though.
You can't help it.
That's not voluntary,
No.
y'all. It really,
I tell people that sometimes I would just
it's really not.
spontaneously combust into dance.
No,
Like, just
it's
I'm like,
not
be prepared.
voluntary.
No, it's not.
People think we're weird though,
Yes,
but they don't understand it's not voluntary. If it hits, we move.
you
That's
gotta
the bottom
move.
line.
You just gotta move.
See,
That's
this
so
is why I had you on, Cookie, because
Oh
I
my
had a feeling you would know exactly what we were on. There you go.
Yo, that's so funny.
Yo, please tell them about the workshop.
So my workshop
Yes.
is Thursdays, 7:30 to 8:30
Starts today.
starts today
Dessert.
2 Donald Street, Bend. And then it's also good. So that's the beginners class. And then our intermediate advanced classes will be Saturdays, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Also at Bend Academy, 2 Donald Street. However, this week's intermediate class is actually going to be tomorrow, Friday. I had to move some things around. But after that, it's going to be Saturdays for the foreseeable future, Thursdays and Saturdays. Okay. Come and learn some Afrobeats. Come and vibe. Like he said, the movement ain't going nowhere. Okay, you want to know a thing or two.
If you want to step out on the weekend and step in the
you know what I mean,
and not look like you don't know what's going on.
You don't want to be standing in
some of y'all
when your friends are vibing. Do you understand? So come and learn a step or two to take.
How do they register?
Afrobeats Winnipeg. Just send me a DM and I will, and then we'll go from there.
How much are the classes? The workshops, sorry?
The workshops are $12.
Good. Very, very decent price. Very decent price.
Yeah.
And if anyone has complaints, just go away. We're not even gonna address it.
We're
not even gonna address it. Just go
if you're
away.
gonna be negative,
We're just not gonna address it.
You
Trust
just
me.
want positive vibes. You want
Exactly.
You want to have fun. Yeah.
Exactly. Now to Donald, is that just in the village?
Where is the village? It's
Where's
around the village.
right? Like on the north end, I guess, of the village. Where's the close? What's the closest marker to it?
The closest marker is it's the Domo gas station.
Yes, right there.
It's in that area, just around.
If you go to Woofs and Wags, it's right by Woofs and Wags.
Woofs and Wags.
Yeah, the dog grooming spot.
Right.
Yeah. For all y'all who have dogs, Woofs and Wags is right there.
Yes. So, and let me see what other marker that I can. I forget. There's a.
If you're driving south on Donald, you'll see it on your right.
Yes, that's also a good one. If you're driving south,
that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
If you're
driving north, you'll see it on your left.
Yes.
There you go. Just because, is this a newer studio?
Yes, I think it's.
See that? I think a lot of people might not be familiar with it.
Yes.
It hasn't been around too long.
Yes, it's a
so just to help people find it.
Yes. No, thank you so much.
Yes, definitely.
It's yeah. You can't miss it. There's like a row of like office. I wouldn't say row of office buildings. It's like a black building.
Trust, you can't miss it. As long as you get to Domo, you're good.
Yeah. As long as you get to Domo.
Yeah, you're good.
If you pass Domo and you get to Corridor, you've gone too far.
Quick question: when are you going to put together an actual dance team, an actual Afrobeats crew?
An Afrobeat.
When is that happening?
So,
Are there enough yet?
That's what we're trying to do. Is we're trying to bring them out of the woodworks. We'll see. That's still it's in the works. It's in the works. No rush.
I would definitely love to see that. I would.
Yeah, I am.
Crew.
I am part of an Afro dance crew. It's called Dynamite Dance.
Right, crew. Dynamite. Yes, please tell us about Dynamite before you go. Damn, how do we not talk about that? I'm glad you mentioned it because I obviously forgot.
Damn. So Dynamite started as a few of my students and fellow dancers. There was a performance that we had to do earlier in the year, and so we just sort of formed this group chat. We're like, hey, there's a show coming up, let's do it. And from there it just sort of like built on this thing where we were like, okay, let's become an official Afro dance group. Let's represent. And
that's what I'm saying right there.
Yeah, so that's we're trying to create that environment here as well for other people who are here who can dance Afro dance to form their own dance groups. Let's make it a thing.
What's your audition process like?
What's the audition process like?
What's the boot camp like?
Well, pretty much the last one that we did, we just told people to come prepared with a piece that you want to showcase your level of comfort, your level as a dancer, the style of dance that you do, how easy it is for you to pick up choreo and stuff like that. And then we make a decision from there, also based on your attitude, your work ethic and stuff like that. And then if you can't make it for that audition, you can send in a video submission of you dancing to whatever it is that you want to do. It could be your own thing, it could be whatever it is. And again, based on that, we see how your energy, your style of dance, how you dance, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah.
Do you regularly run auditions, or is it just when you need to beef up?
We are always accepting new members just as the year goes on. So far we've had one major like audition session. But I think in the coming, because we're still relatively new, but I think in the coming, uh as we go on, we'll probably be having more more regular
Yeah.
auditions. But like I said,
And you
we're all
probably start seeing more folks through your workshops still.
yeah. I
You
hope
know,
so.
I think you know what I'm talking about. You know
Yeah,
how
yeah,
you always
yeah,
kind
yeah,
of have an eye open for
yeah,
something very
yes,
special? Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And
There you go.
I have from my because I was teaching at Studio 390 for a bit. I have met some people that I'm like,
There you go.
so yeah, I'm always looking out. So yeah, if you think you want to join an Afrobeats dance team, hey, come for some classes. And I'll point you in the right direction.
Hell yes. You know what, man? Like right now, we're working on this idea with a couple of folks here in the city for something that's kind of more national.
Mm.
And I feel like it'd be really fun just to invite you guys to like come down and just kind of groove
Hey,
kind of thing. We'll talk more about that. Like,
yeah,
but yeah,
we bring the vibes. I'm
is
telling
what
you.
I'm saying. Is what I'm saying. Is what I'm. Thank you. That's it right there. Is it's
We
all
bring
about. It's
the
all about.
yes.
The only thing I'll say about it to you right now, Cookie, is I'm a piano. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say.
That's you. Say less.
Cookie, thank you very much for spending time with us in the lounge space today.
So much for having me. This is
Most
awesome.
definitely. And I want you to know now that you've spent some time with us, it's an open door policy. Anytime you have something guaning, anything going on, you want people to know about, you holler. We get you on. We do this again, again, and again because that's why we're here. We're here to help promote dope shit.
Yes, thank you so much. I
All
really
right. The workshop tonight is what time?
7:30 to 8:30 p.m. at 2 Donald Street, aka Bend Acro Academy.
And you still have time to register via Afrobeats Winnipeg's Instagram.
Yes. Instagram, yes.
Excellent. All right. Thank you once again, Cookie.
Thank you.
Salute.
Bye, Jay.
Peace.
Peace.